I cold emailed the CEO of another games company and said, hey, you're in a similar space doing original IP and I have some questions. Oh, I also introduced myself because that was necessary. And then, yeah, he replied and he was quite polite and he was very helpful. He was happy to give up time and he was happy to meet, although I didn't go that far, but I just asked him a couple questions and he replied. And yes, that's how I found him, as I knew his company existed and I just literally just emailed. I can't remember how I found the email. Might have been through Voodoo Magic by working out his first name and last name combination too.
That's a pretty damn hard thing to answer. Like, there's no sort of there's no formula that just does it for you. There's a lot of hard work, but like, you know, listening from Simon, you know, doing it from absolute scratch, and I'm now getting into original IP after, you know, having the company for 4 years and then just rolling all those profits. So there's I'll pass the mic around, but I certainly haven't discovered what that formula is to just be an instant success, and by God, if I find out, I'll let you know.
You just want to find one that you can collaborate with and understand the same vision, and then you know, and someone you can trust is going to make it look good as well. So you know, you'll find that guy, because once you see that guy's work or he adapts to start doing your stuff, I think you'll know straight away, because it's usually pretty obvious, you know, because you just go, wow, I've never, you know, seen my stuff look so good before. So I would recommend trying to get some collaborations going and try and find some vested interest as well in that position if you can.
Yes and no. Yep. Absolutely, it's the best environment for starting a business. Melbourne is great. Absolutely. Like, I wouldn't start the company anywhere else in Australia, personally. Multimedia Victoria have been hugely beneficial to having that relationship with us and them. That was a bad sentence, but yeah, they've been really good to us. And Film Victoria is here, which is great for getting funding for games as well. And then it's an excellent environment. Like, for example, Free Play, the conference is coming up this weekend, Mobile Monday. There's like all kinds of stuff going on, and a really good environment and close, kind of tight-knit community of game developers in particular that, you know, everyone kind of knows and is it's really supportive here. So there's all of that, and then the fact that it's the best city in Australia. So, you know. But we didn't actually move here for that. It just happened to be that I liked Melbourne and I came down here, and then we decided to start a company, and I said I wasn't moving back. But yes, the good thing is it was the right place to start.
If you look at where miRoamer positions ourselves, our specialisation is around digital media content, specifically internet radio at this stage. So the four product SKUs that we focus on to actually sell into are the ones that I listed: the carrier, handset, automotive, and consumer electronics. What you need to do, in my personal opinion, is that you need to actually look at because everybody will have ideas and everybody will think that, you know, probably have 10 or 20 things that they think would be great to do. But when you're limited with your time, limited in resources, limited in funding, you really can't pursue all of them. So the message for me is, if you're just starting out, you really need to pick the one idea that you think is the one of all the ones that you've got that really makes a lot of sense, and really go for that one. And I look at something like I mean, I use Google a lot in my discussions, but if you look at Google, 96% of all of Google's revenue still comes from AdWords. And they do maps and they do documents and they do all sorts of things. Now, if Google had started off being a map company, they probably wouldn't be around today. So they picked the right area to get into, and they went into it aggressively. They focused it. They did the right thing, and then they expanded into other innovative areas. So that would be my advice.
This is the hard part. I have to pitch to get funding as well, just like everyone else, and find a budget and get someone to do things like that. And even for Tribe, one of the things we landed just because they liked it was Phone Zone. They've decided, yep, we'd love to advertise Tribe for you. And until that point, we had some posters done up for in-store advertising, but Phone Zone's just taken it and run with it. So it could be that you find someone who's an angel, really likes your product and takes it. You just got to get it in front of as many people as you can.
don't just give it to your brother or your sister or your mum, because they're going to tell you it's fantastic. That's not going to help you. So you need to find somebody who's impartial, who understands a little bit about the space and is prepared to give you constructive feedback about what you're doing. And someone who also understands a little bit about what should be in a business plan. A lot of business plans, I've seen business plans that are 1.5 pages long, and you might as well throw those out. That's not a business plan, that's a brain dump of ideas. So you really need people who sort of know what they're looking at. A mentor would be a good start, or someone who's in the space who can help you out.
I would definitely do it again, and I would do it now. Now's a pretty good time to be doing it. There's lots of different avenues opening up, and I think there's plenty of opportunity, but it's totally hard work. If you're willing to do hard work and you don't mind sacrificing things for a greater goal, like if you're willing to do that, then I think it's totally worthwhile. We get to go to work every day, work, and basically do whatever we want, assuming that it's heading us in the right direction. For the last couple months, sure, we haven't really had time to do anything other than work on train conductor updates, and we're kind of a little bit sick of it. Not that I said that, but it would be cool, and it will be, once we get the time again, to start doing prototyping and mucking around. And if at any point we just decide, hey, let's do 3 days of mucking around making games that we want to make, no one's going to stop us, and ultimately that's a good thing for our business, because that's what we do. So yes, it is a good thing. If I was to do it again, I'd probably take a bit more time in the planning stages and find the best people, like really search hard to find the best people to start a business with that are going to complement your skills as well. Like we had 2 programmers and 1 designer. We really needed 1 programmer, 1 artist, and 1 designer, or 1 marketing person really. I would invest nothing other than to do marketing. That's where you need to spend most of your money, because that's really hard. And unless you get someone on board to do it, but that's a really big task, and it requires a huge amount of effort. And I don't know anyone that's skilled at that, or I don't have the ability to bring anyone in to do that. So that's a huge learning curve and a big expense for us.